Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. David Weisenhorn. He's a senior extension specialist for parenting and child development. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Kristi.
David, it's great to have you back on the show. Now, you and we both have little ones at home, and we have probably found ourselves wanting to say no many times. But today, you are going to talk to us about some alternatives to saying no.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just talking with another group of young parents, and one of the things I was saying is one of the reasons a child's first word is no is because that's all they hear the parent saying. And so I want to equip some parents, and if you feel like I do, sometimes you feel like that's all we're saying, right? And if you feel frustrated that you're saying no all the time, believe you me, it's equally as frustrating for your child to be hearing no all the time. And so I want to help you get creative. The first one I would say is yes, later. Perhaps the desire to enjoy screen time, but the child has run out of a lot of time, and you have to say, hey, the answer to the child could be yes once you've earned more screen time. While this still serves as a no in the immediate time frame, it offers the child the key to getting what they want. Another example, this might be asking for a treat and saying yes after you finish your dinner. Likely eliminates that next 100 asks until they finish dinner if they can have that treat. So this helps the child understand when they'll get what they want and under what condition. The second one would be give me a minute to consider. And while, yes, I realize this is not a yes per se, it is not a no. And this can offer some hope to your kids and keep them hanging on. But this is also a great response when needing to ponder the possible outcomes of saying yes, right? Because sometimes if you're like me, a lot of times my no is just to have them stop talking, right? Just because I no longer want to be in that conversation. And then later, once I've had a time to reflect, maybe I realized, gosh, it really wasn't that big a thing that they were asking for. And so sometimes that give me a minute to consider is another option instead of saying no. And this could also give you an opportunity to include your spouse or your partner if that conversation needs to involve more than one solid, good adult brain. And then the last thing I would say, the last one, instead of saying no, is convince me. While this, again, is not the best answer for young children, although I will have to say my 5-year-old, at the time I used to use this, produced some pretty compelling arguments. But it does provide a great opportunity for older children to present their rationales for their ask. The response helps children formulate what it is that they want and helps them compromise where a quick no would not give them that opportunity.
As parents, we are usually multitasking. And so, like you said, sometimes we just can't focus on exactly what they're asking for. David, I feel like this could also just create a more positive environment instead of just saying that negative no all the time.
Absolutely. I think when the more we say no, the less children want to ask of us because they'll assume that's what you're doing. And so this really helps buffer that effect. It really keeps that child coming back to you, which as they grow older and their issues become more and more complex, we want to be involved in that as parents. And so by just finding some alternatives to no can help culture and create that culture to where they will continue to come and ask us.
Thank you so much, David. You offer so many wonderful resources through the Cooperative Extension Office. If you are someone who is interested in finding more positive ways to talk to your children, be sure to contact your local Extension office and we'll be sure to help you. David, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Kristi.
Thanks for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.